Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw News Brief. We're going to try to keep this one brief today. Larson, what's in the news?
What's in the news? So Seth Rollins, he did an interview with the New York Post. And in that interview, the Monday Night Messiah was asked if we can expect Becky Lynch, who of course is pregnant, back in the wrestling ring anytime soon. His response, quote, "Oh yeah, I expect so. Obviously that's going to be up to her and how she feels. Who knows what happens after childbirth once she becomes a mother? I don't know. I believe she has aspirations to return. I think she would rather go out on her own terms whenever that time may be, as opposed to stepping away for a child. I think she has aspirations to return, but I don't know. Things can change between now and December."
So, I mean, that's kind of a question, you know, like Becky stepping away to be a mom. Mm-hmm. And her departure was a very emotional one.
Yes.
I mean, I always figured, hey, she's still relatively young. She's a career woman.
Yeah, she's really ambitious. In the same interview, Seth talks about the adjustment that she's had to make, being on the road, the stresses of all that, and then there being a hard stop to all that, and especially now with pandemic, seemingly having to stay at home all the time.
Yeah, it's probably going crazy. I mean, that's one thing about, like, if you're successful, especially at that level in pro wrestling, I just don't think it's in your genes or in your blood to want to be at home. Like, I'm the exact opposite. I love to be at home. I'm never happier than when I'm here in my comfortable surroundings. But for people who are like successful wrestlers, it just seems like you got to be wired a certain way to actually it's almost like you're more comfortable on the road than you are at home.
Yeah, I would think to live a lifestyle where you're on the road 200 plus days a year, sleeping in hotels, you got to, get to a point where there's a certain level of comfort with that.
Plus,
maybe
she can
being
make
at home
gobs and gobs of money when she returns. Like, that's going to be a massive deal, a huge deal. So that's not shocking, man. But I like Seth though. Not trying to step on her toes or anything. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think she's gonna come back, but I don't. Who knows?
Things could change.
Things could change. Who knows? I like that he says, I think she'd rather go out on her own terms as opposed to having a child. Like, that wasn't on her own terms. I get what he's saying, though. I like to give shit. It doesn't really matter because he's blocked me on Twitter. Also in the news, WWE. Apparently, it wasn't even my fault. Somebody tagged me in a snarky post I made about him. WWE delays. They're gonna.
So you're saying you got banned, but not on your own terms.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If I get banned, I want it to be on my own terms. Darn it. Anyways, Larson, we're going to get arena shows with fans in the WWE anytime soon?
Oh, God, I hope not. But back on Friday, Fightful Select, which you should go subscribe to Fightful Select. They do great work. Reported that WWE had plans in the works to return to arena shows with fans.
What the hell?
Yeah, terrible. Apparently, WWE wanted to run a couple of shows in Lakeland, Florida's RP Funding Center in July, and they were going to employ social distancing measures. Fightful reported that at the time, quote, as had been the case with WWE of late, those dates can change, and there have been rumors of delays backstage. And then last night, Fightful learned that those delays have indeed come to pass. As they reported, quote, on Monday night, several within WWE were notified that the planned shows with audiences had been delayed. And then on last night's Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer confirmed that Lakeland shows are not happening, saying these transcripts are from comicbook.com. Steve, go ahead and take this.
So the dates, July 24th and 27th were canceled this time. Mike Meltzer is terrible. He says, so the dates, July 24th and 27th were canceled this afternoon officially by WWE. The people who were going to work those shows got the word this afternoon. If it will be delayed, nobody knows what's going on. Everything spiked again. It's quite sad. That's all I can say. That's Dave Meltzer right there. Meanwhile, Rocket Mortgage Arena in Cleveland announced that the previously postponed episode of SmackDown that was supposed to happen there on April 17th, not shockingly, has been rescheduled, but this time as a Raw for September 28th. It just kind of feels like WWE is like, lining up their ducks in case pandemic mysteriously and miraculously disappears. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but, this was all very much predictable back when, the states were giving the merest of hints that they weren't taking it seriously, that they were just trying to reopen way too soon. It was like, that's not going to work. This is not a shock to anybody. Even California, like, we've been super careful over here. As soon as things relax a little bit on Memorial Day, boom, another spike.
Yep.
So this is going to keep on happening.
Yep.
And just wear your damn masks. People.
Yeah, wear a mask.
Like
wear
that helps quite a bit.
It really does. It really does. Follow up on some information from yesterday's news brief where we discussed Gary Cassidy's report about Gallows and Anderson going to Impact, as he said yesterday was pretty much a done deal. Well, later yesterday, Cassidy had an update, and it's gone from pretty much a done deal to done deal. Good brothers are heading to Impact. This is what Gary had to say. Quote, I've been told Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Machine Gun Carl Anderson.
To Impact Wrestling is a done deal. The pair will debut in July, either at Slammiversary or shortly thereafter, in line with the terms of their WWE non-compete clause. The deal allows former WWE Tag Team Champions to work with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Nice. That's rad. Apparently, in other former WWE talents heading to Impact news, Heath Slater tweeted a very short video of himself working out with titles reading July 18th, coming soon. July 18th, of course, is when Impact Slammiversary is happening, so he'll probably be there, maybe to join forces once again with Rhino. They're a pretty popular team in the WWE. Maybe he'll save Rhino from some sort of
could be
or something by Aces and Eights.
Could be. Yeah.
That might happen. They were teasing Aces and Eights on one of their shows.
Yeah,
I think like D'Lo Brown was there or something.
Maybe that's what Gallows and Anderson can be a part of. New Aces and Eights.
Well, Gallows was, he was part of the original.
Doc
Aces
Gallows,
and Eights, yeah. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, yeah, that's good. Impact. They seem to have somehow a lot of money to throw around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they're doing that. They're trying to. Yeah, man. It's tough here in North America. You got WWE, you got AEW, and then Impact is trying to. There's like a scramble for third place between like Impact and I guess to a lesser degree Ring of Honor. Impact doesn't want to lose that third place slot to Ring of Honor. Those are some good names though, man. Like especially once pandemic's over and fans are back, it'll be interesting to see what the reaction will be like in the general wrestling community. Will people have a different sort of view of Impact with a bunch of new players? Man, I really, really love the stuff that EC3 has been doing on his Twitter. Yeah. Like a brand new look. He looks like the Punisher. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, like if Impact throws him a bunch of money and he's happy going back there, it's great. I really think that AEW would be a great place for him though, because it's a place he hasn't obviously been to before. And they have, a lot of production value there. Not to say Impact doesn't, but it's a bigger platform. And we could really see what he could do, like on a main stage with some big name players like Moxley and, like with Dean Ambrose. Because that went
worked out great the first time. Yeah.
What a great story, though. I mean, Moxley like talked about that on Talk Is Jericho, and that's a perfect story for him to dive into. But, I could also understand AEW is loaded with talent.
They are. And he's got history with Impact. He'll get the legacy pop whenever he shows up when crowds are there. And especially now where so much of the main event scene in Impact is in flux.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He could step right in.
Absolutely. And if they're letting people work New Japan as well, maybe we'll get to see him in a G1. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll get to see him in, in some storylines in New Japan. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man. I think the sky's the limit once pandemic is over with, in terms of, it would not shock me at all if AEW and Impact were able to work together a little bit. That'd be really fun. Like if Impact really, really started getting their shit together, I guess, which they already have, but to see them get some really good names. Mm-hmm. Man, I think a talent exchange could benefit both companies. Who wouldn't want to see Gallows and Anderson do some stuff in AEW, and then vice versa, have the Young Bucks do their Impact thing?
Yeah, apparently I'm not too familiar with the actual work. The North,
they do really good stuff.
FTR mentioned they want to do a match with them.
Yeah.
So Imagine Moose in AEW.
That'd be great.
Be awesome.
I'd love to see that stuff. I think it'd be really fun. I mean, if you really want to generate buzz and stuff like that, that's a really great way to do it.
Yep.
Anyways, that's it for News Brief. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.